week, another week of football. We're getting inch and inches closer. Actually, tomorrow football is probably officially back. You were saying, but how you doing, Jesse?
Man, I'm doing good. The Texans are in the Hall of Fame game, and freaking we never been there, and also the fact that Andre Johnson is going to be a Hall of Famer is like it took a long time. I am so happy to see that. Football's back. We got a fresh feeling. Everyone it's like a new sales quarter for everyone, right? Like everyone lost besides one. Now everyone gets their chances. Everyone feels like I'm the team this year. I'm the team that year. So we'll see. There'll be some surprise teams. There'll be some teams that always, the Chiefs gonna do what they do, and the Texans are expectation now. So we'll see how that goes.
Expectations indeed. Camp is here. A lot of storylines across the league. I know y'all been in camp for a while. But I guess the
Yeah.
rest of the league really, everyone's in camp. Really, everyone should be padded up and ramping up like towards you know, the next season is coming up. Is any news that is coming from the Texans side? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So the biggest news that I see is Kamari, the guy from the guy you said that was really good.
Lassiter?
Yeah, he's balling. He has a nickname.
Oh,
He got a nickname now. Call him
already?
Locksmith.
Locksmith? Oh,
Locksmith. They say
that's
he
pretty
doing
good.
his thing. He doing this thing in practice. He facing the best. Like he facing some talent every day. And ain't no rest. Facing Nico, facing Stefan, you facing Tank. You ain't no rest. And he doing well. He playing good ball. So I mean the biggest thing is the who's gonna win that, number 2 spot, the corner spot. That's our biggest definitive like battle. Jeff Okuda, I think CJ Henderson, Kamari. But the way he playing and they have nicknames and everything, I think. I mean, I'm not saying we gotta see what happens. He probably gonna get some playing time tomorrow. Hopefully not too much, but he should get some playing time. Like
Oh,
he should be out there.
he should damn near play the whole game. If he
I
fighting for a
mean,
spot, they gonna definitely. They ain't, the people who not playing is the ones like
the
we
starters.
know, for sure. Like this is one of the guys, the key guys. They probably, want to see a lot from him.
Yeah. I feel you. I mean, Kamari, he gonna get some good time. He gonna get a good amount of reps tomorrow, and I'm just hoping that he shows out because he's shown out in practice, and that's the big thing we got. That's the big thing is that, and that's what we need because we need to make sure that corner spot is wrapped up well. Because if we don't have that wrapped up, that's kind of our uncertainty spot, and you
Yeah.
don't want that because you don't want to be cooked. I tell you the
Oh
schedule
yeah,
hard.
that bad corner plot. We had that for years.
Uh, you-
Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't.
Brandon
Yeah,
Carr. That's how you end up on people's lifetime highlight tapes. And shout out to Odell. Like so, yeah. Like I feel you on that, but
yeah. So we'll see. But I'm hype. I'm excited, and as a rookie, being a rookie corner is one of the hardest positions in the NFL, if not the hardest rookie position to get into.
really,
Because
that's a great question. That is a great. What is the hardest rookie position coming in first year?
I mean, I think it's corner. Say quarterback has a good argument, but like corners, I mean,
Pretty good argument.
yeah, it's. But I mean, you going from college to the pros, and these people are running 4.3, 4.4. They freaks, and you backpedaling. You got to keep up with these people, and I feel like if you could cook that corner, I don't know, like quarterback, a lot of things can help you. I feel like, especially for rookie. For corners, though, I mean, you have a safety, but like if you get cooked, I feel like it's obvious. Like a bad corner really, really hurts your team. Like they really cost games. Like that is a position that having a bad, like especially, it's really bad for you. So I don't know, man.
That's a very interesting like question because like historically the like in basketball it's the one position that rookies they tend to like develop slowly and it's the center position. In
Mm,
football is the defensive tackle position. Usually when you get someone high up, you already have like two guys definitely in front of him, and he doesn't. They say they call it like growing into your man body for a defensive tackle because you're
uh,
coming in college, like you're dealing with the college. You're not dealing with grown men strength, and then you have to
mhm.
deal with reading blocks and everything. Then you got quarterbacks. I think that's all in itself is hard. Everyone has to get the playbook. I understand it, but you understand how everyone learns the playbook. Everyone learns the playbook by doing their specific portion of the like in a certain call. The call may be like 16 lines long, and it'd be like five characters that's only meant for the O line or the running back, and it's telling them
Mhm.
what to do, how to line up. But the quarterback has to know all of that in order for it to work. So shout out, Donovan. What's up? You know, like that's important. But corner, linebacker, I feel like because or O line. I mean, bad old lineman.
Yeah,
you talk about
interior.
coming in, you gonna get your quarterback killed. That's a recipe for disaster. But
Yeah, I'm
that
there.
is yeah. Keep going.
That's a good point. I mean, if you're bad at any position being bad, it does get like exposed and it really does hurt. I feel like, but I know every team got that bad corner that they remember that just like is in your head because
Oh,
they cooked your team so many times, and I feel like that's more prominent. Like for me, I had Bryce McCain, I believe that was my bad corner. You got yours. You said Brandon Carr, Maurice. You
that
got Buster Screen. I mean, like, bro, there's the corner that cost you his games, boy. So I'm just saying, like, to me, if you're a rookie coming in, I mean, look, I'll give you an example. Kareem Jackson, who's been in the league forever, he's on another team right now. Kareem Jackson, he was awful his rookie season. He's had a good career now, but he was terrible. I mean, my man was getting cooked on a daily basis every single day.
right.
So I mean, you can grow as a corner, and if you're a good corner as a rookie, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Because man, so if Kamari comes in, I expect Kamari just like I expected CJ, but he blew my expectation to have bad games, to have bad moments, to get burnt, and that's just gonna happen. But I just gotta see that. I gotta see that potential. That's all I'm here for. I just need to see the potential. I just gotta have games that make me say he got it. He can be the guy. He could be one of the guys. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
being a corner, I mean, I wouldn't. That's tough. That's a tough
Yeah.
position, boy. Oh
You're
my
backpedaling,
goodness.
but like, yeah, like what about safety? They got to deal like the corners deal with the wide, the bigger guys on the outside. What about dealing with the fast, quick guys at a back pedal? Those are your
Yeah,
burners usually in the slot.
yeah. I mean, yeah, safety. Yeah, I just feel. I don't know. On average, I just see like I see a lot of bad corner play, and I
Yeah.
know that being a bad corner, it exposes people. It exposes you stronger. I feel like I don't know. I think interior O lineman also gets exposed very quickly too. Like pressure up the middle is very terrible. Pressure at the edges. I feel like you can step up, but if you can't step up, then I think like that's
Oh no!
more.
It's definitely the edges because
Uh,
I think the Giants 2 years ago it was the name Evan Neal. It was bad.
Evan Neal was
It
rough.
was
Yeah,
bad. It was because he was getting Daniel Jones cooked. We were licking our chops every time we played the Giants because it was an automatic sack over there. He was struggling. Darren saw he just came around for the Vikings. Tackle is especially left tackle. That's like the one of the most important positions in the whole football
yeah.
team.
I think
So
that's top three. I'd say I remember watching, and you watched. I know you watched the movie too. And anyone in the chat, you watched the movie, The Blind Side. And the very first like thing they showed Joe Theismann's leg is snapped, and they showed like the importance of left tackle play and how that got like after that really started to blow. So I say yeah, left tackle, quarterback, and pass rusher, whatever kind it is,
mhm.
whatever position. I think those are three that if you have those three at an elite level, I think you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? I think you'll be okay. I know you won't. I don't know if you win, you gotta get other stuff, but I think you'll be in contention every year if you got those three.
But
So
you talk about your rookies. My team is full of just rookies because our front office didn't want to do anything, get us no veterans, no other help, just like
mhm.
one or two moves. But I am taking a victory lap for our first round. Remember our first round pick?
Yeah, you love him.
I was wanting was it the LSU dude, the wide receiver, but we
Yeah.
got Tyler Guyton, and I was like, hey, never ever bet against the Cowboys picking the offensive lineman in the first round. 9 times out of 10, at worst, it's a solid pickup. Solid pickup. This dude came in. He said, like the day after he got drafted, he immediately came down and literally got to work with the off season O lineman for the Cowboys named Manny Weather, and he's been
Mhm.
working. He said he skipped his summer break and immediately got to work. And this kid here, they just put on the pads yesterday for the first time. But when after the pads, they were saying how he would come off the ball and he was shocked DeMarcus Lawrence. But today with the pads on, we're really keeping an eye on him. Man, he did very well, and he went against Micah all day. The combination of size, speed. I'm telling this. I think we found another great. We lose a great old lineman in Tyron Smith, and we pick up somebody like Tyler Guyton. I know it's early, but the potential we see and what he's doing to Micah in practice.
I mean, yeah, they say better class of rookies. I mean, I think it could be y'all. Like, it definitely. I mean, because I know Kamari is the guy I'm focused on. I know the other rookies probably playing pretty good. They're not, but it's not like standout. I mean, if you got anyone else besides your number one pick who's standing out for you, then yeah, I mean, I give my 23 class is what matters.
Yeah,
That
that's
23
what
class.
changed everything. I
That
mean,
class
it
balling,
has to
boy.
be us because we didn't pick up nobody in the free agency. We literally only signed. We got draft picks and we signed guys from the XFL and undrafted free agents. That's literally our entire team. So in order for us to even have any success, our picks have to hit. And you know what? There's some very solid picks. I'll give them that. I just wish they do the other part and be active in free agency. But
Yeah.
Trey Lance on the other end,
Oh, is he looking bad?
he sucks. He sucks.
Oh, dang,
It's
that
not
was
looking good for you, you Dak haters out there. I'm not even. It's like it's so bad. Jesse Dak should literally submit an offer, a counter offer. So whatever Steven and Jerry is, he should be getting paid $70 million a year. That's how bad the backup quarterback situation looks right now. It's he should be submitting a. I know it's wild, but that's how much money. This is if we don't sign Dak, it's going to be very dark. The future's going to be very dark.
So you tell me, wait, so you tell me Trey Lance was third pick. He's supposed to be there was no development. Like, I assume like he got a little better. Is he really like, are they saying in camp that he's looking awful, or is this just things you've seen? Like, let's come up with why you say this?
We had practices without pads on, without people rushing him, and he's struggling. His accuracy is off. The throwing motion is okay. I know he's fast and he's athletic, but he stares down receivers. He just stares them down, and he like right now it's like he's not looking better than Cooper Rush, and we know what Cooper Rush looks like.
Yeah.
Like, and he may be a gamer, but he's struggling bad. Like, I got John Machota. Like, I got his notifications on. Every 4 notifications, interception by Trey Lance. I think everybody on the damn defense got a damn interception because of Trey Lance.
Dang. I mean, I tell you, if Kyle Shanahan can't do it with you, I don't know. I think that's the like he got drafted to the place where you gotta, if you're a quarterback, you should do well. And the fact that he didn't do well, that's very interesting. I would answer this question though when he said what's better total build of 23 and 24. I'll take that. I'm not gonna lie to you. That 23 class I got is just that's beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Like a rookie of the year in both defense and offense, and then Tank Dell, who should have been first team all rookie if he didn't freaking break his leg on a dumb play. I mean, that's impact. I got the pass rusher and the quarterback. I'd say I'd take me. I don't know what you did in the 23 class.
Oh, we sucked. We sucked in 23 class because we got Mozzie. Shout out to Honoluki and Oversong, but they got hurt. One didn't play, and then Mozzie. I don't know what Dan Quinn did to him, but apparently he lost like 30 or 40 pounds during the season, and
Dang.
like so. But he's doing better this year. But I don't like how we only he. Man, our defensive tackle room is so bad. We only got like 2 legitimate one techs, and we're relying on Mozzie, and it's just the whole way we do things in Dallas and how Steven is going about it. It's annoying to me. They're going they talking about trusting our guys, but it seems like they don't like taking in free agents because they're gonna pay money, and they'll rather take in free draft picks, undrafted, and XFL because it's cheap. And why are we trying to win the budget way? That never works. But
You're right, boy. That's the Suns. Yes,
But
Phoenix. That I know that the most. But yeah,
I
being
don't understand why they trying to balance a checkbook that they don't even pocket. Like this is you don't pocket the cap. Am I missing something? That's money you should spend. Like
about one thing I do want to say. Um, if you see the 270 over 300 right here, doing a donation for Hurricane Burrell. A lot of damage happened in Houston. So this is going to be up for today and it's going to be up for tomorrow. It was 25. The goal was 25. We blew past it by a lot. So, I'm going to shout out the people who have donated. Hey, bro, shout out to Maurice, boy, for being the big baller. But look, the quick donation shout outs. Maurice, comes in, clocks. Mauricio has $10. Maurice getting $100. Tyreek with a $50. I think Lewis, John, y'all had 10. Nathan, for my job, you have $10. So hey, shout out to you, my man. Jared with 20. I lived up to my end of the bargain. I donated the 50. And Jacob B, $10. So we have 270. If you donate, we will shout you out. And definitely it's for a good cause. And the QR code is right here. Actually, I'm gonna put the link as well. Let me put the link at the chat so y'all can see it. But yeah, Lewis, I'll tell you, man, we have a game tomorrow. We got a football game tomorrow, and the Houston Texans play. And I'll tell you the special thing, man. I'm tell you, like I've never had the Hall of Fame game because I never had a Hall of Famer. Andre Johnson was like my first ever player that I really, really liked. And I'll tell you, when I first started watching football really back in the day, probably like 12, 13 years ago, right? And there's players, there's players I looked at and I was like, I don't know what's happening, but I know what's good. That looks good, right? There's two players that stood out that just looked good. It was Andre Johnson and Arian Foster. What they were doing, they just looked like that was supposed to happen, right? And I remember the very first playoff game we had took us a long time to get there. When we got there, we faced Cincinnati. And Andre Johnson was injured that whole season, but he came and played in the playoffs, hit a good double move on Pac-Man Jones. You remember Pac-Man Jones?
yeah, his trouble making that. Yep. I think he's from Dallas. I really do.
Yeah, I think he is. He scored a touchdown on Pac-Man. Cincinnati had a bunch of troublemakers. That's funny, but
Burford, what's his name?
Burfict, yeah,
Burfict, yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, Burfict. That's one for real. But he caught a touchdown, and Andre was a guy like he didn't play with any Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I would have loved CJ, Andre to have CJ on, but he had Matt Shaw wasn't bad. He was good, but he wasn't like he didn't have that plot. Like he didn't take it to that next level that we needed. He would lead the league a couple times, all pro and all that, but we needed like playoff success and Matt Schaub and all the bunch of David Carr. If you really go back, David Carr, those guys, like they're not gonna get you to where you want to get to. I look at Andre and I'm like, I see Tom Brady and I'm like, dang, imagine Andre Johnson had like a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady. He'd be at the Marvin Harrison and like he'd be at that level of receiver if he had, consistent elite or even really good play. But the fact that he's still able to be, top 10, I think he retired top 10 in receiving yards and have all that. He obviously the best Texan. Well, he's the best Texan receiver. Hopkins had a shot, but then he got traded for a bag of chips, so we couldn't let that. So it wasn't able to happen. But he's for sure the best Texan in terms of being a receiver. Not the best Texan ever, but the best receiver we've ever had. First Hall of Famer. Took like 3 or 4 tries, but hey. When I saw he wanted to be a Mauricio, we were watching, you were on it too, and he said he made a freaking very like exaggerated face during the was the NFL honors, and I'm like, oh, what's happening? What are you like? What happened? And I see Andre Johnson walking past. He said, hey, hi, Cooper. But yeah, when you see Andre Johnson, he walking there with that, and I'm like, man, that was a special day. So tomorrow I get to see him. He might cry. Definitely gonna watch the Hall of Fame presentation or when he does his speech. And those speeches be cooking. I know, like they some good speeches. So I'm definitely down to see that. Let me see. He said I will. I said hi, Cooper.
I said you said hi, Cooper. Yeah.
So yeah, like and sub. I did say that.
Hey.
I said that. Do it both channels. We got the channel up, Lose Takes and JM Sports. Let's see. Y'all should do. What is this? What's TTS? You know what that means?
I do not. Yeah, you gotta.
There you go. Hey,
you gotta explain it.
shout out to you, boy.
Shout out, man.
Just like that's that's
Hey,
what we need.
that's love for real.
But yeah, so that Andre Johnson, man, I was pissed because he left to go to the Colts, and I was like really contemplating trashing his jersey, like because the Colts, like, that is not the team. But hey,
I do not remember that.
he went.
You never remember when the greats, like, they actually move, like, you know. So like, no one remembers when the great, blank on his name. I don't know. Jerry Rice, when he played for the Seahawks. No one remembers that.
Yeah, that's very.
Emmitt Smith, when he played for the Cardinals. No one remembers that.
He played for the Titans too. He did.
Hey, he played for the Titans. I remember him fighting. Did he fight somebody? I was about to say that. I remember when he was fighting as a dude on the Titans, right? That was him, right?
It was Cortland Finnegan. Yeah. We'll get back. Let me talk.
He said, let's talk about the Bears.
The Bears should be good. I put them in the playoffs. I know that's really like a jump, but I think they could be like a 7th seed or something. I honestly do.
Yeah, I'm very excited for what the Bears can do this year. I'm not trying to be too high. I'm excited for Caleb Williams. I know he's going to be better than what Justin Fields can bring. They also stacked the team. I'm excited for y'all's defense because you already had a defense. Y'all was the most exciting, like, team to pick first overall in a long time. Like, usually you get them, like, I hate to go to basketball, but you get them bad teams like Detroit Pistons picking up once in a while. But like once in a while you get like a Golden State Warriors. You're not on a Golden State, you don't got that Golden State plot, but once in a while you get a good team that can really, like, or a team that's trending and have like a first overall pick. It's like, oh, okay, they can really like change the horizon of what this team is heading to. And that's why I was getting mad at everyone. Was like, oh no, trade the pick, pay Justin Fields. Like, why would you do that?
That made I don't know why we were having that debate. I honestly, they just trying to talk. They're just trying to talk. Like, Justin Fields, the last 6 games of Justin Fields playing pretty good. Like, bro, you gonna pay this man $50 million for his performance when he obviously hasn't shown. Like, you get 3 years from me. And he'll have good games. He has moments where you're like, okay, but that's not enough. Like, that type of stuff you need to show me year 2, early on year 2 or mid-year. Like, you need to show me that earlier if I'm gonna invest all that money in you. And then Caleb, now it's one thing if no one was coming out because like, okay, let's try another year with you. But freaking number 1 overall pick, generational quarterback coming out.
Damn, if Caleb wasn't coming up, I'm getting Marvin. Like, it doesn't matter. But he said who with the NFC North? It's a good question.
Wait, So he said, "What about Chargers?" And they said, "One." But okay,
because I think they're in the same. This is the same boat.
Yeah.
Who will win? I think it's going to be the Lions still.
Yeah,
Lions still. It's going to be. I think it's going to come. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. Lions and Packers. Packers have a sneaky chance. It's a very sneaky chance.
I think 3 teams in that division make the playoffs.
Oh, the Bears,
Packers, and the Bears. Yeah.
So you think the Vikings missed the playoffs?
Yeah, they have JJ McCarthy on.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold. Yeah, they not.
But go back to that Chargers question. How are the Chargers? I'm excited. I like John Harbaugh as a coach. Yeah, go ahead.
I like Jim Harbaugh did so well with Alex Smith. Like Justin Herbert is obviously more talented than Alex Smith. Mm-hmm. And then instead of getting a receiver, they got the left tackle, which at first I was like, but then I'm like, okay, actually I can see the vision. Because because he's supposed to be like one of those. Like, was it alt? Like, he's supposed to be one of those.
Oh yeah. He's supposed to be. I mean, hopefully he worked on his feet, but he's supposed to be one of those ones. He's gonna be reliable, But I like Jim Harbaugh as well. I've been seeing clips of them. It's been negative clips though. I really hope Quentin Johnson gets it together because he's dropping. He still have a drop problem. I don't know why this kid did not work on that extensively over I don't know if it's the yips or nothing like this drop problem. I'm telling you, you dropping their football, they're gonna drop you like a bad habit. They're gonna do it, and this is and you got people gotta understand when you get drafted in the NFL onto a team. Quentin Johnson, you're not a Jim Harbaugh guy. Like, Jim Harbaugh did not select you, so you are really under the microscope. Like, so Yeah, like it's crazy. But
Yeah,
I
that's what.
expect their run game to be. I'm interested to see what their run game going to be because I think they got two injury prone running backs, and hopefully they can stay healthy. So yeah, but
He said he been killing it in practice. That don't mean nothing. The Vikings gonna be last place, and I know he ain't been killing it like he's. I mean, he got Justin Jefferson. I'm
I mean
curious. Let me see Sam Darnold.
they
I'm seeing. I'm
I
curious to see
mean
what Sam Darnold do.
they're gonna still be like a dangerous team because they got like if anybody can come in there and figure out that offense, like they through the moon because they got a promising. They don't have like an elite defense, but they got a defense you better pay attention to. Isn't they D coordinator Brian Flores? Remember that? Remember him from Dolphins? Him
Yeah,
suing the NFL, but
yeah. I was trying to hire him, and then he started suing. I was like, dang, that's not gonna be
anybody with Justin Jefferson
possible.
and Jordan Addison, if you
I
can
think
get it
that's
together,
cool.
yeah, like you gonna have numbers. We gotta see if they're gonna turn into wins.
They get like 6-7 wins. Brock Bowers, what he'll do, I don't know who's throwing to him, so I don't know if he can do a lot. He'll be good. He's supposed to be like generational, but I don't know who's throwing to him.
It's Aiden Hutchinson, right?
Yeah, that's not like it's very reliant, right? So
I remember that pick. I hated that pick to the Raiders. I didn't want him to go to the Raiders because I think the Raiders last year took another generational tight end and Michael Mayer. So it's like it's kind of redundant. I mean, you can have it, you can do what you want to do, but I'm just
it's
saying,
the Raiders.
yeah, like he gonna be sharing targets. I'm still watching the series receiver and what Devontae Adams was saying about this organization.
Yeah.
Jimmy. I don't know if Jimmy G need to get out the league because he's pissed at him. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the Raiders though. They got a new coach, new regime. Let's see how. I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do. I don't trust
7
the
wins.
quarterback. The
No,
quarterback.
look, remember there's a video of the Raiders. They have a Patrick Mahomes they have a Patrick Mahomes puppet or something. And they're like, I'm a B. Like they do that, and then
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes he sees that and it says, yeah, he'll get handled. He'll get dealt with. Like he'll get handled. I was like, dang, he about to drop 70 on them boys. That's tough. That way, you don't motivate him. Yeah, that's not somebody you want to motivate to destroy you because he will run up the score on you.
Hold on.
We'll ask some more questions and then we'll get back. You gotta get to the Texans.
Yeah.
But we'll ask some more questions. What y'all think about DJ Moore contract and how it can affect? That's you. That's all you, bro. Go ahead, take that. The CD extension.
No. It doesn't really affect it because I think he took like under Justin Jefferson, but I mean CD should be signed any day now. They said they working on just the guarantee money, and the contract that they submitted was like 4-year 136, and it's gonna put him just like a half a million above or like 0.6 above what Justin Jefferson gonna get, and what y'all don't understand is everybody finna get paid like. The Joneses they just love this story. They love to draw on the narrative to get it sent to the Washington Post, Dallas Morning News, ESPN, etc. They're just dragging their feet and they think they think they're smarter than what they are, but they're gonna pay CD. Why did they give him 88? Like why did they give him the number 88? He has the most important number to Cowboys history. They're gonna pay the man because he's worth every dollar. They're gonna pay Dak because Dak is worth every dollar. And then they're going to pay Micah because Micah is worth every dollar. They just dragging their feet. And we're telling them that they're stupid because they should have paid them a lot earlier because they let this price get to this point. But you know what? Let them be smarter than what they were. And then they crying about it. They're going to pay because if y'all haven't been y'all ain't been paying attention, but the Cowboys fans have been low-key protesting. The Oxnard is very, very empty right now. Very empty. There's no one at practice, so
they're gonna be fine. Cause they're not gonna care about.
Oh
that.
no, well, because the Packers game put a bad taste in our fans' mouth. So they kind of pissed off because you didn't do anything in free agency. Then you haven't signed Dak, you haven't signed CD. No one showed up to Oxnard, and usually it'd be packed. So
I mean yeah, but like just like the Lakers who had 10 years of being just not good at anything, y'all still gonna be, as long as y'all getting that money because people gonna watch Dallas.
They gonna watch it, but there is a.
You can tell. I mean,
there is a sense because the way it was talking in the first day, they're not talking like that anymore. Like throwing shots at Dak. Now it's we submitted. They're trying to give us some reassurance. It's like, bro, we ain't buying what you selling this year. But yeah,
Yeah, well, and I'll let me address some of this real quick before I go. I gotta show something. There was a little like in the chat. I think the Bears defense. So as I'm about to show, Lewis. You answer this. Who has the best defense? Do you think in NFC North? Do you think it's the Bears or do you think it's Cooper's Lions? And after that I'll show you a little graphic I have. But who do you think is better
I
on
know
defense?
the
Bears or
Bears
Lions?
or the Lions. I think it's the
Yeah.
Bears. Yeah, the Lions defense is the secondary. Y'all lost. Well, he didn't really play last year. But y'all got Tyrion Arnold, but he's a rookie. I can't really put my faith into that. With the Bears, I can really put my faith in the Bears defense. They have a lot of young, promising guys. They do. So it's yeah.
Oh, let me see. So with TTS tip speak, we can have a say what we want if we tip $1. Hey, that's definitely what I do. There is literally a super chat that exists on the JM Sports Factory channel. If you tip money and you ask a question, then I'm definitely
we
gonna
trying
let
to
you
get
ask
we
the
trying to
question.
get that big. Y'all, we trying to get that big. I'm
I
trying.
will
I'm trying.
I will stop what I'm doing and answer your question, even if it's $1. Like yes, the
For sure.
TTS. If you down to hey, ask away. You carry the podcast, but just keep tipping. You carry the whole thing, bro. But I wanted to show you this, Lewis. This I found this pretty interesting. You can agree, disagree if you feel, but this is they're ranking the. Let me also see if I elongate, make the screen a little bigger. I don't know if you can see it as well, but it's showing the third ranking every team's wide receiver 3. They said the best wide receiver 3. Let me actually even do this. The best wide receiver 3 is Tyler Boyd, Gabe Davis, Tank Dell, Jackson Smith. Tank Dell be number 3. Do you think Tyler Boyd should be the best? Is he the best wide receiver 3? I see y'all last as well. I know I don't know if you know, but
Oh
Jalen
yeah,
Tolbert
yeah, yeah.
is last place. But like, what do you think about this? Like,
Oh,
do
I,
you
I
think
think
it's an
this list
actual
is gonna
race?
definitely change after like the first couple of games. That's what I think. I think who's sneaky? Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's a
Mm-hmm.
very good one. I think because I like to pick the Bears made the rookie Roma Dunze. I know he's a rookie, but that's a hell of a. I think Tank Dell should be the best one.
Yes, he should. Thank you for saying that. I don't
I
know
think
why
he.
they
Well,
got
hold
Tyler
on.
Boyd and Gabe Davis over that boy.
And then like I'm just blanking. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It should be. Oh, shout out to Xavier Leggett. Oh my God, that's the dude I wanted. But yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
think it
he's
should
funny
be.
though. He
Yeah,
is funny.
he's
He
hilarious.
is funny.
But he's a beast. I think it should be Tyler Boyd. What
Number one is crazy.
what? That's great. What are we? Was he on the Bengals last year? Is that
I
why?
believe
Am I
so. Yeah,
tripping? Yeah. Okay. I think it's
he dropped that pass in that game
yeah,
against
yeah, yeah, yeah.
us. But
I
Gabe
think it's
Davis,
still a
I
little
don't know.
it's still a little. I think that man name is Osberto. I thought his name was Burrito. I'm like, oh my god, for
You
the
know,
Bengals.
I know. Yeah, that's yeah. And I know. Tutu Atwell. I remember him because I had him on fantasy. He had some good games. Then he kept selling me towards the end because
Yeah,
Matthew
yeah.
Stafford stopped throwing it his way. But
Keon
yeah, down
Coleman's
here,
wide receiver 3. That's fake. Boy, he
yeah,
their best receiver.
that's tough actually. I gotta look at the Bills receiving core. I don't know Xavier or Worthy. So are they counting Kelsey as a like who's I know the receiver is ahead of Worthy, right? I know what's my man name, the guy who the rookie last year. Freaking forgot his name.
Oh, he was in a lot of trouble. I know you're talking about though. Yeah,
Yeah,
him.
you know,
And then they also got
yeah.
the guy who do they still got the dude who dropped that touchdown in the Eagles game where I
Oh,
was mad at.
is that
Uh,
then I tell you, man, when you get away from football and it's not your team,
yeah,
bro, they names.
the
But when you get in
names.
fantasy, you
Yeah,
bounce back in. But when you out, bro, you out. Like yo, my brain forgot all these people, bro, and they're yeah. Odell Beckham's right here. Is that fair? Odell Beckham. You know, I don't know. He had a okay season last year.
yeah, that's too high. It's my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, bro.
He's shout out to Odell, but he's not the same anymore. I didn't know he was on the Dolphins. He's gonna feast on the Dolphins. Shoot, he should. Like he should get more catches.
They should be good. I mean, yeah, because the Dolphins got to. I think if
They got
they
burners.
compare
Like
if you, if you compare the best receiving cores, I mean the Dolphins, us, and then I'm trying to think of another 3-headed monster.
a 3-headed monster. Well, the Eagles got a good 2-headed monster. There's a
Yeah,
lot
the
of good
Eagles.
2-headed monsters in the league.
I think we have. I would say we have the deepest, but I think the Dolphins definitely with their top two.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because Waddle and Hill. The Dolphins, man, they should be good. They just Tua gotta take the next level and get there. But I'm just saying, like they got 8 chain. I think his name, and
Yeah.
my
He's a
man.
beast. Yep.
I kid you not, bro. My father, he had him in fantasy. He dropped him. I was trying to pick him up. I couldn't pick him up. I think Mauricio picked him up. This man had a 4-touchdown, 200-yard game. I said, and a 60-yard burst in my fantasy league. You get boosts, you get extra bonuses for getting long touchdowns. So he was getting really high. Like you faced Mauricio, it was raps for that week. And I'm like, I was like, dang boy, as soon as he dropped him, this man said NFL, dang near NFL records. Some boys going crazy. So yeah, they gotta Tua, he got to take it because they got
next 3 years. They just signed him up to an extension. But I would honestly, I don't know. I mean, y'all know my opinion on Tua. I think he's not a guy that he has the intangibles to carry an organization. I think he'll be a hell of a backup though. But I think it's too soon to like. They want to wait it out. They got Tyreek Hill, Mike McDaniel, so they got a lot of things working over there in Miami before they're gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. But hey, that list, just to go back quickly, that list, Tank Dell, I think should be number 1. I'm not gonna lie to you, how he played last year, and that's your number 3. He a great number 2. He's your number 3.
I'm just saying, like, who's the number 2 then? Oh wait, right now. Oh yeah, you're right. Like, forgot about like.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My man said, "Wait, will they replace 2 and 3? He is falling apart." I mean, he had a healthy season last year. His the year before though, he had some stuff. It was tough to see.
Yeah, we're gonna see this year. We're gonna see with him this year, but I think they will because that would be like they signed him like to a 4-year deal. Yeah, you can move up on him with 1 year left. You'll eat that cap for a draft pick. You would.
And honestly, I tell you this too, like a guy that's not sleep on for our receivers is John Mechie. John Mechie, he had he dealt with cancer, and he beat cancer, which is the biggest win of them all. But it took him some time, obviously, to get back into the. I know some fans were a little impatient, but it's just like he got his whole life just changed. Like let him,
yeah, let his body recuperate. God, no.
Yeah, because he said today, he said, man, like when after all that stuff, like my immune system changed. I didn't have allergies before, now I have allergies. Like all that changed because your body went through a lot and had to fight something. So. But he's been doing well in training camp, and if his potential is really high. So if he can, realize even, I think he has more. Yeah, I think he has more capable hands than him. If he realizes 80% of that, I think as a wide receiver 4, and Robert Woods as a wide receiver 4 or wide receiver 5, like that's, what I'm saying, like that.
Hey, where my guy Noah Brown at?
No Brown, wide receiver 5 or wide receiver 6, like what I'm saying.
Wide receiver 6. If you wide receiver 6, you better just put on the special teams chin strap.
Imagine, but think like imagine our 5th best receiver, arguably our 5th best receiver had a 200-yard game last year. Like I'm telling you, boy, that's good depth. That's what I'm looking at is depth. I need good depth for that, and that we got the best depth in my opinion in the whole NFL at the receiver position. So hopefully that stays. Hopefully they stay healthy, so I don't have to worry about that, and they can just ball out. But that's good. Nico Collins and Tank Dell, and yeah, that's a lit combo.
Hey, you're gonna definitely need it because you gotta play in what's the stadium we be making fun of, MetLife. Yeah, I gotta play at MetLife.
Boy. That's on Halloween, boy. That's a scary day. They put that for a reason. They know the plot too. They know it's gonna be a scary, dumb day. Also, I want to share this. I want to ask you as well. Who do you think, in your opinion, is the best OC in the league? And right here, they have PFF ranks Bobby Slowick at number 3 and Kellen Moore at number 4.
Okay, the best one I think is Ben Johnson, right? Out of the
Lions.
Oh, you said this is offensive coordinator or just coordinator?
Okay,
OC. Yeah, the Lions. Yeah, Slowick.
Shout out Cooper, boy. Shout out Cooper. Who else? You'll see if you do a top 5. See if you can think of a top 5. I think should Bobby be in the top 5?
Do we count the head coaches as coordinators, even though they're technically good?
Let's just keep it OC. I know, like Sean McVay probably be like it's too easy, and then
I know one thing: I am not putting Kellen Moore in this list. He sucks. Like, y'all, oh my god! I guess so. I mean, no, I ain't know. I guess so. I'm not gonna go for it. Like he sucks. He overcomplicates the offense. Like that's what he did for Dak, and he's definitely gonna do that for Jalen for somebody who needs a simplified offense.
I got you, boy. I'm here for you. I'm gonna tell you what they said. I'm gonna give you the exact list of what they got.
I wish we could do head coaches. What's the head coach for the Indianapolis? He's a great.
Shane Steichen.
Shane Steichen is a good coordinator, man.
All right, let me go ahead and let's see the top 10. So Ben Johnson, like you said, number 1, definitely should be a coach next year. Number 2 is Todd Monken.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't know. He was cool, but in the playoffs,
yeah,
it was an epic failure of massive proportions. So I don't know.
He should be at where Kellen Moore is. I ain't gonna lie, 4.
Yeah, like they abandoned what they were good at when they faced Mahomes. That's why I tell you plot exists. Like, why would they do that?
Like, they definitely changed their entire identity for a game, a crucial game at that. Like
AFC Championship. That's amazing. That's plot though. Bobby Slug, shout out to him. I'm so happy he's here for another year. Kellen Moore, number 4. Who they put number 5 is Arthur Smith. That's interesting. How do you think about that? Arthur Smith was getting cooked in Atlanta.
He is a better coordinator than he is a head coach. But
he was awful.
Yeah, I mean, as a head coach, and you have all. I'm sorry, like you know what? Maybe people are better coordinators than a head coach, but it's kind of baffling me to say when you're the head coach, you have so much say on the team. We're running your style. We have your personnel. Like you have so much say on a team. You have more control. So obviously, as a coordinator, what you do if the team is failing, like if the team is failing, the offense better be good. You know what I'm saying? Like for the Texans, if the Texans fail this year, what's his name? He's a defensive minded.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
DeMeco Ryan.
Yeah, DeMeco Ryan. He's a defensive minded coach. He should have a good defense, solid defense at that. There's just some things we just not gonna let happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's see. I mean, he's 5. Arthur Smith. Let's see what Pittsburgh does with Russell Wilson. Shane Waldron, Chicago Bears. Is this did he just get hired, or is this like? I feel like he just got hired.
No, I feel like where was he last year? I feel like I heard that name before. Is it said no?
No, he enjoyed a successful 3-year stint under Pete Carroll in Seattle.
Okay. Oh yeah.
They work with Geno Smith, which is good.
You know what? Smith,
he worked well.
He did play well. So I'm not opposed to it.
All right, number 7, we got Joe Brady from the Buffalo Bills. The Bills did improve after they did the firing, and then they started winning a lot of games.
Didn't they fire the person that was ahead of him?
They did, but I mean, it worked. Like they went from are they gonna make the playoffs to the 2 seed? So the offense did step up. So I mean, hey, that's not too bad. Ken Dorsey, shout out Harrison, the Cleveland Browns.
I heard that name before. Yeah.
Number 9, Greg Roman, who I believe just got. This is
the former Ravens coach. That's
yeah.
Oh, so the Chargers are definitely finna run the ball.
Oh yeah, they definitely
I ain't gonna lie, that may be the end of Justin Herbert because remember that man Greg Roman loves to run the ball. He would have 6 running backs on his roster.
I like that though. I think getting rid of Eckler, and I don't know who their running back is now, but I feel like
J.K. Dobbins and it's somebody else. Like it's 2 injury prone guys.
But I don't know. When I think of Jim Harbaugh teams, I think of like physical. I think of physical running. Like their running game is physical, but it worked. I feel like getting rid of Eckler might actually be a addition.
Yeah. People don't want to admit. I don't like Eckler as a running back. Everyone loves to bring up that fantasy. He gets touchdowns. Like no, when it's time to run in between tackles, going from goal line to goal line, everything else like that's. Everyone wants to talk about like him being able to catch the ball out of the backfield, and he's a 3 down back. I don't like him in between the tackles. When he first came out, but like you're right, like he's just one of those guys. Like,
yeah, and he's a good running back. I feel like that more physical style, just adding that type of mentality to the Chargers, who are seen as a weak team, just how their mentality and how they play is just weak. I think that could be something that I think the Chargers, they're not going to try to get you with like a bunch of flashy names like Keenan Allen and Eckler. I think it's going to be more just like more gritty type of a team, which is honestly, I think that'll do a lot better for them.
And I keep going back to that time when they were up 28-0 at halftime. If they get a couple of first downs, run the clock out. We having a way different conversation about their quarterback. A lot
And Lawrence,
about
we talk more about Lawrence.
Lawrence. Like it's a whole different conversation. It's something that should never happen. And yeah,
And number 10, we have the Arizona Cardinals, which is cool to see. Kyler Murray, I think the Cardinals will be a good team. I don't know if they will make the playoffs. I think they may just miss it. They have a very hard division, but I think they may just miss it. But Kyler Murray is back healthy. Marvin Harrison. And if this guy is number 10, or 10 best offensive coordinators, if he's 10, I think it's really, they might do something. You never know. They might be a 9.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals may improve, but I think they move off Kyler Murray.
Oh, for real?
Because they were contemplating taking a quarterback this year.
Oh, yeah, but that's because he had those, he got injured, but he also got the, does he love it type of thing?
Yeah, does he loves Call of Duty more? Is he a leader? Like, they have all these questions, these negative press, and it's like, I don't know if the Cardinals are fond of the relationship or even paying Kyler Murray. And I do want to see Kyler Murray maybe on a team like the Raiders, maybe on a team does New York take a chance? Which New York team? They
need some.
There's a team that's a quarterback away. The Vikings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, the Vikings just took 8 inches. I mean, not 8 inches. I'm blanking us.
JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy, yeah.
I think it should be interesting. I'll tell you what there's a clip of Marvin Harrison, and I think it's the Giants. They had a really good they had the Hard Knocks. They had a really good offseason Hard Knocks. I think it was before the draft type of thing, and they were asking Marvin Harrison basically to shit on his quarterback who had a bad throw, and Marvin Harrison was just I just gotta be better, And then I was like, okay, if you're not, what I'm saying, that's good stuff. They were giving him bait, hey, bro, that was a bad throw.
He's he's not trying to.
Yeah, he's not gonna say nothing bad.
He's not gonna say nothing. He ain't comfortable yet.
If he take it from his dad, his dad ain't somebody just be doing that. If his dad was, and I know he played with Peyton Manning, I know, but his dad wasn't didn't have that personality. So I'm hoping that his son also has a good personality, because diva receivers, they're just the most annoying thing ever to me, bro.
We'll see after he get that money. I think he get that back. We'll see what he truly is, because I think he's like that, because that was a knock on him when he was in Ohio State. He seemed out of it. They had mediocre quarterback play at Ohio State. That's why they couldn't beat Michigan. They couldn't they couldn't get over the hump.
You talking about? I mean, you must be talking about after CJ, because you're during CJ.
Yeah. No, I don't think was he with CJ?
He was with CJ, because I remember he got knocked the cluck out in that Georgia game.
Yeah, he was yeah. See, I think he was wide receiver 3. Remember they had Jackson Smith and Jigba,
Chris Olave and all them.
Chris Olave. So they had a lot of NFL crowd, but he wasn't high. That wasn't really his quarterback.
But I mean, I say his first year, no, but I think that year he was it was on Marvin Harrison was in my head. It was a bunch of people to throw to, but he was Because
really, I think I said I was bro, I know y'all talking about Chris Olave. I was bro, that boy Marvin Harrison, he is smooth, and you know what?
That was
right. That was a hell of a call.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Marvin Harrison. If he stayed in that game too, if he stayed in that game, they would have won.
They would have won. They would have won so bad, bro.
They would, but they lost by a 50-yard. They down. I think they lost by 1 or 3. But they a 50-yard field goal missed. But I'm CJ balled in that game, and Marvin Harrison was balling too. And if he was in there, then Georgia, he wouldn't have that championship. And that probably would change the whole trajectory of stuff. Because if CJ Stroud beat that Georgia defense, then he's not going number 2. They taking him over Bryce Young. He's gonna be number 1 overall. So, I'll take that. But that was the game I was if I didn't know about CJ like that, I knew he was good. But I was when I saw that, I was I think that's fine. I'm fine having him. He looked like a good pick, and he was the greatest pick. Lewis, I wanted to ask you this. Preseason is starting soon. Obviously, not the most exciting. It's exciting, but then it loses excitement pretty quickly. But I wanted to ask, did you have any preseason? Is there any preseason memories? Is there any moment in your either something you watched or in your team? What's a preseason memory you remember? And I'll let you think. I'm gonna tell you 2. And it's not even about my team. I'm gonna tell you 2, but I'm gonna tell you one is my team. We played y'all, and I think funny enough, when the regular season happened, everything switched. But during that game, I was working with y'all. Yeah, I was working maintenance, and we lost by a lot. And it's preseason, but y'all still trying to gloat it. It was like, yeah, it's preseason, all right. And the thing I remember is like the first or second play, our starting running back Lamar Miller, he tore his ACL. That made me so freaking distraught. I said that was the worst preseason game possible because not only did I just lose my starting running back, but even though a lot of my bench players were in there, I go to work and everybody cooking me like, "Oh my god, we beat y'all!" Like, bro, it's preseason. Like, what are you? That's how y'all be though. Y'all funny like that. That's number one. And number two, I remember Patrick Mahomes first preseason. I think we played him this first preseason game, either of his rookie season or his second season, maybe his second season. I think his second season, like season he actually started. And I remember we played him, and he didn't impress me. Like he was okay, but he wasn't like I was like okay. Like, I did not think too much of him. And then when he goes to the regular season, the flip switched, and this man just started being the greatest ever. So I clearly remember he wasn't. I don't know if he threw an interception, but he wasn't that good against me for his preseason. But I'm just like, he ain't gonna be nothing. He everything. Hey man, it was everything. But is there anything do you remember for any like preseason memories? I know probably
that 2016 was magical preseason for us because we just drafted Zeke, and I had a feeling Zeke was gonna be good because I had this wild take. I was like, hey, any running back that does well versus Alabama's defense is an automatic star running back in the league. I meant player. Actually, I take that back. I said any player who does well versus the Alabama, like the Nick Saban Alabama days, back when he was winning, I was correct. I was like, because if you think about it, Deshaun Watson, he used to cook Alabama regularly. You had only person who didn't Ezekiel Elliott, he used to cook him regularly. And then
Johnny Manziel did too, but
Johnny Manziel did too. But I was like, he didn't turn out. So my theory is not all the way, but every theory is not just 100%. So when we finally got him, and I remember it was like that one run he had versus I think Legion of Boom, the safety. He was still Cam Chancellor. He came and Cam trying to come up like introduce him to the NFL, but he got rocked. And I was standing up like, yeah. And then fast forward, I don't know if it was the same game, but it was the same preseason.
I think it was the same game.
Romo gets hurt.
Same game, yeah.
In comes Dak Prescott, and the rest is history.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought that plot that I saw with Dak when he came in and how he started, I honestly thought y'all would have a ring. Like, I was actually scared. I was actually scared because that plot looked too good. How that was correlated, I was like, oh, they transferred it. I said, oh wow, I think he's gonna actually win something. Now,
not game because I was used to it. You gotta imagine me in school, like, wait, me. I used to I was casual. I'm like, okay, the Cowboys gonna lose this game. I go to sleep, wake up the next day, they won. We played the Pittsburgh Steelers. We beat the Steelers, like a legitimate team. We won. It's just it was too many strings of. I'm like we were just me and my family was like, dang, the Cowboys are good this year. Like, yeah, we were good this year after all those years of 8-8. It was crazy.
Hey, I thought something was gonna happen, but then Aaron Rodgers said, "Wait a minute."
Yeah. And then he decided to wet the bed next week, like he always do versus us. Everyone loves tearing the turn up, and right? That same.
He lost to the Falcons. The Falcons next.
To the Falcons of all teams.
That was a good Falcons team. They were supposed to win the Super Bowl. That was supposed to be a Super Bowl team.
Generational meltdown they had.
That team, I ain't gonna get to that Falcons team. That plot crazy. But
John Smith.
I remember, like for me, Deshaun Watson, his first rookie game or his first preseason he played Carolina. He did not look good. And it's always the quarterbacks that don't look good their first preseason game. Because CJ Stroud threw an interception, I think, on his first play or second play against the Patriots last year in the preseason. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, dang, like everybody in the comments all like overreact very quickly. Like, oh my gosh, this guy is not gonna be this and that. And then when he started playing, and then he throw, I'll tell you, I know Deshaun got a lot of he's it's bad now. But I remember his rookie year, we played Cincinnati, and I remember we were down everybody. Like we had two receivers, a tight end, like everybody was injured, hurt. It was ridiculous. It was a Thursday night game, so there was no time to even rest. And we won that game by 6 points. We probably scored 10 points that day. But Deshaun had a 60-yard touchdown running. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the next week throws 3, and the next week throw 5. And I'm just like, oh wow, this guy getting lit. So I don't know. Usually the quarterbacks I see, CJ last year, he didn't play well, and then regular season happened, he get lit. So if you look what Caleb Williams played week 2 preseason, if you don't play well, let's get it. But he about to get lit. But if he start balling, because a lot of these rookies that look really good in preseason, when they
Yeah,
really get,
they get humble very quickly. They really do. They really do.
yeah,
It's like what position? I would say receiver. If you're eating in preseason like a receiver, then like it's quarterback that it could be fool's gold to me.
yeah, it is. And I know a guy who was eating really well in preseason. A couple of Clowney. I remember Clowney. He was really good in the preseason, and then he's was a really good player still, but he wasn't what he was supposed to be. Like he was
Yeah,
good, but he's supposed to be all time good. You know what I'm saying? And that was Aaron Donald. But Clowney in the preseason he was wrecking, but he got injured, and then he was out for like forever amount of games. It was the biggest tease ever with JJ Watt right there, and then you drafted a generational pass rusher, and then they can't use him.
yeah. I remember that. Like, oh my god, they're gonna have like a scary D line. It was like, damn.
And then when Clowney's healthy, is his healthy years, Watt can't play because he's tearing his stuff. It was a good tease. They teased me well, boy. They really teased. But the preseason when it comes on, it's definitely gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's boring, right? Like it's fun for the first like 5 minutes because you're like, oh my gosh, the NBC broadcast and all that. It looks nice and looks sexy. Then you get in the end of the first quarter, and then now it's just like, what are we watching right now? Like I'm gonna keep watching as a Texan, so I know the players, but it's just like, what are we even watching right now? So this preseason go by, and then when the NFL season comes in, it's definitely gonna be Look, this podcast and the Sports Factory podcast is gonna be jumping. If you in the chat, the thing this is gonna be jumping because we got a lot of ideas and content creation coming your way. Texan fans, Dallas fans, and even if you're a Bears fan, Chargers fan, we're gonna have a lot of content jumping. So make sure if you here to subscribe and like this video because if you want to be a part of this, and hey, my man with the TTS, that's gonna be implemented. You started away because I know. Look, I would have done that regardless. If someone said, "Hey, here's $5, let me talk," cool beans. But I'm gonna put that down somewhere, and I'm really gonna push that. Like, if you want to say what you want to say, there's super chats and super stickers. Hit them up, donate $1, and you got it. But we definitely gonna be on that type of time. Don't you worry. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for the season. I'm excited for tomorrow. Excited to see Andre in the gold jacket. And yo, it's gonna be a fun season, man.
Yeah.
Cleveland versus Dallas starting it off, boy. It's gonna be Texans versus Colts. Joshua, I know you're not on here today, but if we spank you, I'm gonna I would be talking, bro. And yeah, Louis. Before we go, is there any comes to Dallas and the training camp stuff? Is like I know you said there's protests, and I don't know a lot of people there, but is there any like position battles, or is there anything that's really like a besides your standout rookies, anyone maybe second year player, third year player, whatever, standing out for you guys and on your team, or is it kind of just all the same?
Caitlin Carson, start buying your jerseys. It's a rookie corner. Start buying your jerseys. He's having a very good camp. Very good camp. But yeah, and then start getting them Tyler Guidance. There's a lot more rookies. I just don't want to, get into it because I can go on all day. But that's just the high level. That's the high level.
Okay. So yeah, hey, you said buy your jerseys, boy. I mean, if they whoever your DB coach, they know how to
Oh
catch.
yeah, it's
They
the
know how,
same.
they help
It's the
them.
same guy. I think you know him, like, because you mentioned it. Cause yeah, it's the same DB coach. Yeah,
That's the strength of your team, though. That's the strength of your team. The DB coach, I never heard Deron Bland in my life. This one is, you said pick six record. Trayvon Diggs before. I like these aren't guys that like number one over the first round picks. That I'm just like, yeah, they're supposed to be guys. Like they're just
Trayvon
okay.
Diggs was a receiver in college.
Yeah, like okay, here you are. I guess you're here now. I guess you're just getting 10 picks now. I guess.
Yeah, like that's that's the beauty of like I think that's the key to good drafting. Like knowing that with this coach, he can like we got good soil for the seed. If that makes sense. Good,
Yeah, definitely. So, hey, check out Lou's Takes. He got all, if you're a Dallas fan, he got all of the specific Dallas content. He has streams talking about the training camp. He breaks down film for the players, the young players, the older players. He's gonna do more of that too. So definitely check him out. If you like, hey, if you're a Texan fan, I'm doing Texan streams. We're gonna be this is gonna be a year. I'm gonna be in it, but I got my Texan shirt right here, boy. You know what I'm saying? So I am in it. So my goal, I'm trying to get to 2,000. He trying to get to 1,000. So help us out in any way, support us. And hey, we gonna keep coming on here. Hey, Lewis, it was very fun today. And just seeing those power rankings. We didn't even do the top 10 teams. We'll do that for the next one, though.
Yeah, I mean, the season gets started. Yeah, we will. I want to see some teams play. Let's see some teams play.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it later.
Even if it's their backups.
Everyone, if you're here, make sure to like the video for more content like this. Also, the donation link is still up. If you want to donate, it's the Hurricane Burrell Relief. So we're at 270. The goal is 300. So it's going to be taken away. I'm going to take it down tomorrow at the end of our stream tomorrow. We are streaming tomorrow. The Texans play the Bears. So if you want to hop in, say hello, show some love. Definitely love that. Definitely love all the support y'all giving us. And hey, man, we're going to catch you guys on the next live stream, which is tomorrow.